Hi Gemini, this is Power and Light Tarot. Welcome to your reading over here, your mid-November to the end of November love reading. This is what are their true intentions in love with you. Please check your moon and your rising. If you don't know that, you can go over to cafeastrology.com and get your natal chart there. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm really appreciating it. Thank you very much for all your likes and subscriptions so far. Make comments. Those are always kind of cool to read. And so I have your reading here, Gemini. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of these, a few of these romance angel cards. What does Gemini need to know mid-November 2018, please, to the end of November in love? What does Gemini need to know in love? Wedding. Okay, are you inviting me? This situation involves marriage. Okay, cool. So you got this card here, and let's get another one here. Hopefully we can continue the vibe here, right, with this wedding card. What does Gemini need to know second part of November in love, please? This could be the one. Well, you know, right on here, okay? This was my reading, okay? At least going by these romance angel cards. We're going to pick one more card here. What does Gemini need to know in love in the last part of November, please? What does Gemini need to know in the last part of November? Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay. So this is interesting. The romance angel cards are, you know, sometimes they come up conflicting to me, but let's get into the reading, and these could all very much apply. We shall see, okay? And your current energy right now, Gemini, is the Eight of Swords. So right now you're way up in your head, and you're feeling stuck, right? You're in this fence of thoughts and issues and worries and maybe arguments, conflict, okay? Definitely mental conflict here. And you don't know how to get out of it. You're just stuck in there, and you could have put yourself there, Gemini, because the Eight of Swords is often self-imposed. And you can release yourself from this if you want to, okay? But you're stuck up in your head, so to speak, or you're feeling trapped, rather, because it's over an offer, and it can be over a new beginning as well, with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups here, okay? So there is definite love on the table, I feel like, or you are worried about it, at least, okay? And you're seeing your partner as the as the Hierophant here. You could be dealing with a Taurian here. It's showing up with the Devil and the Four of Cups. So there could be a Capricorn involved as well. And, you know, you could be seeing them a few different ways. You could be married to somebody, and this is why the Hierophant is showing up, or in a serious commitment here. But you could be seeing them as maybe toxic, and maybe they are not wanting to accept something here, an offer maybe, or maybe they don't want to accept something because there's disappointment here, okay? They could be a non-conformist type. You might be looking at them as also as maybe a non-committal type, okay? But, you know, with this codependency card showing up, addictions are affecting your romantic life, okay? I feel like they could have vices here. And this is why the Devil is showing up, because the Devil is, you know, often about vices and, you know, addictions, you know, like sex addiction, alcohol, drugs. So you're seeing them as, you know, in a commitment with you more than, you know, and you're seeing them as maybe toxic and codependent, or, you know, they are in their vices, so to speak, and this may be causing them to be maybe non-conforming type, you know, maybe that they're just not, you know, I mean, nobody's good for a commitment if they are, you know, dwelling in the house of the devil, right? Or if they're experiencing or they're going through the devil energy with their vices, their addictions. They could be toxic too, okay? But the codependency is, you know, telling us that there's some type of addiction involved here, okay? And I feel like this is why you may be embodying the Eight of Swords energy as your current energy, okay? And it is over love is why you are feeling entrapped or stuck here, mentally conflicted. But there's also a disappointment here. Somebody could be rejecting something. They could be rejecting you, or you could be seeing them as feeling rejected, okay? Maybe they are not living up to you know, maybe society's views here in a relationship. Maybe they're just kind of a nonconformist and they are, you know, kind of doing all these things that are maybe hurting the relationship or that are not so traditional, okay? But we're going to see as we go on here. Their current energy is the Page of Swords, and it's here with the Ace of Swords and the Emperor. And the Page of Swords, I feel like that they want to communicate some truth to you, or they are, you know, they could be thinking about they could be thinking about, you know, communicating some clarity to you as well, or some truth, but they could also just be wanting the truth here, wanting clarity, okay? And they are possibly thinking about that. The Page of Swords talks about, you know, not only communication, but also thoughts, okay? And it's here with the Emperor. So, you know, you could be dealing with an Aries here, or a Capricorn over here, or a Taurus, as I mentioned, I think. But I feel like they, you know, they could be wanting to cut something out here too. They could be wanting to communicate. They could be wanting to cut out possibly, maybe some kind of structure within the relationship. Because the Emperor is here, which talks about order and structure, kind of rules and, you know, running things kind of a little bit with an iron fist, but basically having control over your situation. And that control usually comes with order or structure, right? Rather than chaos and and confusion here. They, you know, the Emperor knows, he knows how to make decisions and he knows how to run his life, okay? They could also be trying to cut out just the fact that, yeah, they don't want to conform here to maybe some rules over here with the Hierophant. It just depends here, and we're going to go on in the reading and find out here, okay? But I feel like they are looking for the truth, or they want to communicate some truth or clarity. They could be asking for that as well, okay? Let's see as we go along here. The Star card is here, and this is their past energy. So, oh, excuse me, they could have been healing from something, from love maybe. They could, because the King of Cups is here, Gemini, with it. And there could have been some communication that came in that maybe they didn't understand here. The Moon card is here. There could have been something very hidden here for them, or causing confusion. This news that has come in the recent past, okay? This energy. They could have also been dealing with changes, with the cycles here, with the Moon card here. They could also be dealing with cycles and mood swings. Maybe they are a bit toxic here. That you know, they could be dealing with addiction. That can be the you know, it could be the situation too. What could also be happening is that they, in the past, you know, they could have had their wish come true with love here, with these cards. You could also be dealing with an Aquarian here, with the Star card. The Moon is here. There could be Pisces or Cancer, you know, in your environment, whoever you're dealing with. But I feel like in the past they were either confused, or they felt like there was a lot of unknown about something. So they're seeing you as burdened. This is the Ten of Wands here, Gemini. They're seeing you as burdened, and, you know, the King of Cups is showing up again. So, you know, they could have seen you too in their past energy rather, as their king, as their wish, and that you were their real love here, okay, with the Star card. But they're seeing you, and that they could be seeing you again here as the King of Cups here, but because, you know, because they could be really in love with you here in the situation, okay? We do have the wedding card, and this could be the one. Somebody's in love here, okay? So they're seeing you as burdened, and I feel like it's over love, and they see, you know, it could be over them or love in general, which is pretty much the same thing here, but they are, they're seeing you as making a decision, a life path, maybe walking away, maybe turning your back here and thinking about, you know, what you want to choose. You could be choosing between two people here, but you could just be choosing a life path here. So they could be seeing you as, you know, this love is creating a burden. They could also be seeing you as the King of Cups here, because the King of Cups shows up in their past energy. But I feel like love right now, in generally, this relationship is a burden to them, and they are looking to decide on a new path or a new partner, possibly, okay? I feel like it just really has to do more with a new path. So the situation here is another interesting card combo here. We have the Fool here with the Judgment, the Ten of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. So as I mentioned earlier, there is definitely love here. We have the Ace of Cups. No, we have the Ace of Swords, sorry, and the Ace of Pentacles. But we have the Ten of Cups here, right? So somebody, you know, I feel like somebody's having an awakening. And this awakening has to do with love. It has to do with the Ten of Cups. And I feel like they were totally defensive, and they had an awakening. And after that awakening, they have decided, they made a judgment, decided to go out on their own. Now, this can go a few different ways. This can be, too, that there's a second chance on the table to have a new beginning, a new start. But the Fool usually goes out all by himself. He does have a new start. He takes a new path. But he's usually not taking anybody except that dog. All right? And, you know, his little draws, okay? Or her draws. But I feel like somebody is having an awakening about their love life, and they're feeling overwhelmed or defensive, and that they had to defend themselves, or they could just feel overwhelmed. They could be trying to put a wall up or resist. The Seven of Wands is also about resistance. But whatever this judgment or this awakening is about, you know, it is about the Ten of Cups. I feel like somebody here is wanting to go out on their own. And I feel like that is you, Gemini, because they're seeing you as the Two of Wands, okay? Hope you can see that card. So we have here in the challenge or the obstacle between you guys, the Knight of Swords is showing up with the Four of Cups. So, you know, somebody could have already came in with some really fast, kind of reckless maybe, but just came in really fast with some communication. They could be trying to cut something out here, and that's how that looks. It looks like, you know, what's challenging this relationship maybe is that the Four of Cups is here. I feel like somebody doesn't want something. Somebody doesn't want the situation. And this is how you are seeing them as well, Gemini. The Four of Cups is here twice in your reading. And you're seeing them as not wanting something because of disappointment. They could be rejecting something. You know, they could be thinking there's too much disappointment surrounding a situation. And maybe, you know, somebody is cutting it out, and that is challenging the situation here, because this is the challenge or the obstacle, okay? Somebody could also be coming in to say and to kind of deliver this message, however kind of impatiently and blunt and direct. They could be coming in to say, I don't want this situation. okay? So you guys are going to know how this goes, all right, Gemini, depending on your situation. This is a general, okay? If this was not a general, we would be able to peg this right away, okay? So I'm going to be going over to Vimeo, and we're going to be talking about, you know, the unknown, or what they're hiding, okay? Their hopes and fears, what they want here with you, Gemini, and their true, and the potential for the relationship, okay? Their true intentions, what they're wanting. So, you know, wishing you power and light. See you over there, Gemini.